Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. Still talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. I know that we are all aware of what had happened last Thursday and this Monday. DSS refused the legal team and the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from seeing him. They gave their reason, which for many it does not really hold water. But right now, IPOB are facing Justice Binta Nyako, and they have this message for her, and which, according to them, must be executed before April or on that particular day, which is April 8th, 2022, the day that they will reconvene in the Federal High Court, Abuja. Let's look at the message that they have sent to her and why they have to send the message. But before we give you all that detail, you please subscribe to our channel by hitting on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our video. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Thursday insisted that its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, cannot continue to be in the dungeon of the Department of State Services DSS. IPOB said Justice Binta Nyako of an Abuja Federal High Court should immediately order Kanu's removal from DSS dungeon during the next court proceeding. The group noted that the judge should be blamed for DSS disobedience of court order on Kanu. A statement by IPOB spokesman Emma Powerful said Justice Nyako must order Kanu's transfer from the DSS detention if she can't order his unconditional release. Powerful said following the continued disobedience of the order of a court of competent jurisdiction by the Nigerian DSS, we, the global movement and the family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the command and leadership of our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wish to alert international communities about this brazen disregard to and desecration of the sanctity and sacredness of the judiciary by the DSS with impunity. It is compelling now to inquire into the reason why Justice Binta Nyako has been indulging these contemptuous each time reports of disobedience to her orders is brought to her notice in open court. It therefore goes to reason that the only explanation opposite in the circumstance of these grave infractions on the order of the court is the simple truth that Justice Nyako is acting the script of the federal government and the state security services. It is our demand that since Justice Nyako is incapacitated by circumstances beyond her control to enforce the very order she made, she should immediately remove Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the custody of the DSS without further delay at the next court date. Perpetual and continued disobedience to Justice Nyako's order with impunity without being held accountable is the only reason why the infringement has become a ritual with no end in sight. It is to be noted that the DSS flouted with impunity all court orders after made in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu between 2005 or 2015 and 2016. Even when a federal high court ordered for his unconditional release, still they flouted it. Disobedience of court orders is second nature to the lawless DSS. Justice Binta Nyako is fully aware of the antecedent of the DSS, but still choose to remand and keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their solitary confinement, where her orders will be treated with levity and disdain instead of remanding him at Kuje Correctional Center, Abuja, a statutory sanctioned place for the custody of people waiting for or facing trial. Justice Nyako is to be blamed for this continued flouting of court orders by the DSS. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has not been convicted of any crime or offense in Nigeria or elsewhere in the world. He still enjoys his full constitutional right as provided for under the Constitution Justice Binta Nyako must ensure that her leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, does not remain in the custody of the DSS if they cannot release him unconditionally in the next court sitting date of April 8, 2021. That's the mandate that or mandatory order, I put it that way, that IPOB has sent across to Binta Nyako, considering some of the things that have littered the media space, especially when it comes to the issue of court orders and all of that. Now, this is traceable to what had happened some few days ago, which up till now there had been no official statement made in that regard, and it has to do with the order by the court that every 2 days in a week, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should entertain visitors. In other words, people are permitted to see him. After a while, it was streamlined that it should just be the legal team and possibly his family. But as at the last sittings that they had, what was noticed was that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu couldn't be visited or could not be seen. Reason being that, according to them, the people in charge of visitation were actually not around. Now, even with all of that being mentioned, there was no, kind of another day being scheduled for them to meet. You reschedule and said, okay, sorry, those guys are not around. These are the due dates that they will be around. You guys can come visiting us at so time, as at so time. It didn't happen. You understand? And that is what is causing a lot of rancor right now. And for many, they feel that there is no need of the justice in charge of the case pretending as if she's doing the right thing. According to IPOB, they said she's only obeying, the instruction of the federal government and also the DSS. That is why her words are of little or no value, and it's a way of undermining the judiciary. And shockingly, DSS have not responded. They've not said even one word why they took the decision they took and all of that. And some few days ago, we saw the level of fear that enraged the hearts of many people. Some said, are we sure that he is okay? Some said, let it not be that something has happened to him. That is why they do not want us to see him, and all of that. There were a lot of noise on the media space. But right now, they have put forth their demands to JusticeNyako, and you have heard it very clearly that from all indication you don't have the capacity to pass an instruction or give an order, and it is carried out to the letter, which by implication it means that you understand what is going on, but you do not want to say anything that she should change his place of detention from DSS custody to Kuje prison. But this same thing has been said many months ago, that even it came to a point, I think their lawyers had to apply that he should be moved to DSS custody, to Kuje prison. And the Kuje prison guy says, well, that they don't have enough security that can combat ESN if they have to attack. But the question is, previously, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken into custody far back in 2015, was there any attempt of prison break? That's one of the questions that should be looked into. Was there any attempt by prison? Because that particular action of prison break is a very risky thing. How about if it gets blown off? How about if something happened and it didn't work out? The kind of what that really means. You understand? So for me, it shouldn't even be what should create any form of fear. And the DSS too, I know that they may not want him to go to the Kuje prison, considering the fact that possibly the security structure there is not very strong. But however, IPOB has given an instruction that release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, or since you don't have that capacity to do that, transfer him to Kuje prison so that at least that freedom of visit and all of that will be there. Do you think that come April 8, 2022, that Justice Binta Nyako will have to review her court orders again and possibly lambast or slam, DSS with some financial fines? Let's interact.